Okay, I think I'm streaming. I wasn't really ready, but I was like, I'm already late, so let's just get started. All right. If nobody's here yet, I'm gonna start an ad. Okay. All right. And I'm now live. All right, perfect. Okay, pre-roll ads have been disabled for 21 minutes. All right, glorious. I think I can send this. Okay, cool. Let's do an audio check on myself because it looks like I'm streaming. Can I hear? Because it looks like I'm streaming. All right, cool. I can hear myself. Excellent. All right, cool. I can hear myself. All right, sweet. So that's all good. I hope I hit done on that. It did at least get the go live notification correct this time. Okay, I have unknown user following me from 5 days ago. That's weird. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to complain. Let's see here. I'm like 60 people away from 1,000 followers on Twitch. So that's cool. All right. Anyway, sorry I'm late. I so we wrapped up dog sitting a dog today. I'm not really a dog person, and neither is my wife, but we agreed to dog sit. So there we go. Um, okay. Sorry, I just have to put everything I have not set up yet. Okay, next. Let's put on cheating gloves. If everybody knows, cheating gloves is sort quick. There we go. All right. Whew. Okay. So I had a busy week mostly because of dog sitting. And that has really nothing to do with how busy. There, there are some responsibilities for taking care of a dog. And I'm like, okay, we have to take the dog out multiple times a day. I mean, I kind of knew that, but actually experiencing it. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. Obi-Wan, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully everybody is doing well. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Obi-Wan says, good! Awesome, good to hear. I believe it's Obi-Wan's Monday right now. So hopefully your Monday is going well. Charlie's Beats, welcome in. Obi-Wan, welcome in. Uh, are these sticky or slippery? Oh, yes. So cheating gloves. So I call this cheating gloves, but it's, I would say it gives your fingers tactility, so it's not slippery. I wouldn't quite call it sticky because sticky would be too much, but it's like it gives myself extra grip, basically. A quick demonstration of the grip. So, for example, I could do, well, once the grip settles in, I can count this packet of 1, 2, 3. It would be a little bit smoother. It's not settled in yet. Okay, more on the sticky side, but not too sticky. Yeah, correct. Think of it kind of like it almost feels like waxy on your fingers. That's probably the closest. So it's waxy, so it's not sticky if you don't like. So like if I do this, it doesn't stick. But now it's basically settled in. So now I can count this packet of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, even though there's actually just 3 cards here. But without the stickiness, it would look pretty bad. So casino staff would use that. It's certainly possible if the casino dealer could not easily separate the cards. The thing is, casinos basically always use brand new cards, so that should basically never be a problem. The reason why I need it, especially for the Twitch deck, is because I've been using the same Twitch deck for a while now. I forgot when we rotated, but I've probably been using this for about at least 8 months, 10 months, I think. or so. And so there's just a lot of wear, and so they don't slide as easily as brand new cards. So brand new cards, I should not have an issue. Brand new cards, I actually have an issue getting them to line up sometimes. So, but yeah. Let's see here. And then while we're here, guys, you're not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Please give Charlie's Beats a follow. And if you're not following our friend Obi-Wan, please give Obi-Wan a follow. But yeah, so my dog sat, and it was fun. The dog and I bonded. I'm still not a dog person, but I understand it a little bit better. I did do a random Tuesday stream earlier this week for magic, where I basically asked ChatGPT to create some magic tricks. It didn't do a very good job creating the trick, but it came up with some trick ideas, and I was able to create a couple. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, yes, you're welcome, Obi-Wan. My pleasure. Admittedly, I think everybody in chat knows who everybody is at this point, at this moment. It's still pretty early, and I started a little late, so. You walked your dog already today. Oh, excellent, Obi-Wan. Yeah, so hold on, let me see if I have a picture. I mean, I do have pictures of the dog, but let me see if I have any pictures of me and the dog. Let's see here. I can show off. Let's see. Because otherwise I might have not gotten a selfie. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Picture of me and the dog. There we go. That's the dog I took care of. I mean, my family took care of the dog, but because I'm not working and my wife is working, I basically took care of the dog. Cute dog, yeah. It's So if anybody's seen Cowboy Bebop, it reminds me of Ein, but Ein is a corgi, and this dog is a Pomeranian. But they look similar. So if anybody's into Cowboy Bebop, yeah, this dog reminded me of Ein quite a bit. At least I think Ein is a corgi. I have to double check myself now. I'm making claims about things in an anime that I don't remember all the details. Is Ein from Cowboy Bebop a corgi? Uh, yeah, Watanabe says he chose corgi. All right, cool. I was right. Specifically a Pembroke Welsh corgi. All right. I just realized I did not open up the song, not the song list, the trick list. I mean, it is a streamer song list, but whoops, I am bad at doing this. All right. Sorry, I was not ready today. This is just how things are today. Okay, let's see. In the interim, I do have something I wanted to try and figure out before anybody requests anything. Let me see here. But let's see. Yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. Hopefully everybody is having a good September. It's almost October. We have a couple more days, and then it will be October. Do just chatting or warming up? What do you mean? Oh no, I'm warming up. Yes, I am warming up, and I'm warming up with maybe something I shouldn't warm up with, but that's okay. I just need to quickly check these shenanigans of mine, and then okay, then boom, 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 boom. Okay. Okay, and then we should end up like this. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? How are you doing today? Welcome, E-Room. Hi, Nam, says E-Room. Welcome in. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a good weekend. And I am trying to figure out how to get warmed up. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Beth, kind of, sort of. Welcome in. I have a cold. My sympathies, Beth. Get well soon. Welcome in, Beth. Hopefully you're doing well. I'm currently trying to. Felden Kane, welcome in. How's it going? Hi, everyone. Guys, you're not following our friend Felden Kane. Please give Felden Kane a follow. Let's see. Beth says, actually, I think I'm getting over it, but I had it all weekend. Ad jail. Oh no. I did do an ad earlier to try and remove pre-rolls. Although I guess if you're in here because you hopped in and it wasn't a pre-roll, then I'm sorry. Oh, I I just messed up this trick pretty badly. Okay, and then yeah, no, this is not the right way. Full disclosure, I did not do my homework. So the boss trick that plagued me last week, it is uh kicking my ass because my notes are wrong and I did not correct them. So I'm trying to figure out on the fly what the heck is the correct way to do this. So yeah, I think it's this, and then do this. Okay. Add jail. I'm sorry. Okay. I think it should be this. All right, there we go. This and then this. Thanks for the shout out. Sorry I missed anything. Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the subscription with Prime. Felden Kane. I don't know if you know, but anytime anybody supports, you get to sign a card. I mean, support with. Sorry, that's not it. What is it? Sign card. You get to sign a card. Man, sorry, I don't even remember my own. Have you signed a card, Felden Kane? I don't know if you have. I don't think you have before, right? So you get to sign. Let's see here. Let's see what's available. Feel free to choose any one of these to sign, and we will put Felden Kane. I know very well. I have not. Oh, okay. There we go. So yeah, any one of these as they're coming out. We have, I think, probably about 15-ish choices or so. I forget exactly how many, but yeah, one of those. And then we will sign it Feldenkane. And I have to find my Sharpie. There we go. There we have it. So yeah, let me know which one of these you would like to sign, and I'll write Feldenkane right on it. And then if you end up requesting any tricks, I will try. If I can use your card, if able, I will try and use your card. There's some tricks, like you might have seen some tricks where I have like blank cards. Oftentimes I might not be able to use like these cards for those. Jack of clubs sounds good. Excellent. There we go. So let me write Feldenkane. I have to try very hard not to write Felden's Cane because that's the name of the card, the magic card. So here we go. But thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. Felden. Kane. And that D does not look fully filled in to me. There we go. All right. Thank you, sir. It's fine by me either way. You're very welcome. There we go. Felden Kane. So let's see. What are we going to do with Felden Kane here? Well, here's what we can do. Let's go ahead and try this. 1, 2, 3. So now, look, this has changed into not Felden Kane. However, the question is, where did the Felden Kane card go? And if we take a look, it's not in this packet or this packet. But if I wanted to come back, we can make the Felden Kane card appear because there it is. And of course, if I go ahead and put it here, we can go ahead and grab it and bring the Felden Kane card back over here. Because look, now Felden Kane appears back over here. However, if I just go ahead and I place Felden Kane back over here, I'll just grab it again, and Felden Kane will then reappear back over here. Super weird, right? Now, if we just think about this for a second, I should not have multiple value Felden Kane. Like, I would have had to write Felden Kane exactly the same for all. Now, Felden Kane is no longer just a Magic the Gathering card. No, it's not. It is now a Twitch deck playing card. And yeah, that's what Felden Kane is. Now here, I'm going to go ahead and put Felden Kane into the middle of this packet, right? And certainly Felden Kane is not on the top, not on the bottom. And even though I should be able to grab a card and that's not Felden Kane, I will make it become Felden Kane. And even if we try and remove it, we can now make it come back. And there's Felden Kane coming back. We could keep this cycle going forever. I think it gets less and less interesting. So, however, I'm going to go ahead and take Felden Kane. I'm going to clearly place the Felden Kane. I can say the Felden Kane and it makes sense into the middle of the packet, right? And so here's what we're going to do. So look, there's only 3 cards over here. I'm going to place this over here. And there's a ton of cards over here. However, if I just make the cards jump 1, 2, I don't know if you can tell, but if you take a look, there's only 1 card over here now, and those 3 cards have become the rest of the pack. Is that weird? And if we take a look at all of these, none of these are Felden Kane, because Felden Kane is over here. What? Super weird, right? Is that weird? Thank you kindly for that applause, E-Room, and thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room and Felden Kane. Felden Kane, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you enjoyed that. if you remind me, if I haven't sent it to you by next week, remind me. I can highlight that for you. I'll send it over. All right, where was I? Oh yes. So that was. I'm gonna get credit for that. I mean, that's a magician's choice, even though actually anyone who is familiar with magic, I probably combined one, two, three. I combined like four tricks into that whole thing where I was just doing everything with the Feldenkrais Jack of Clubs. About four tricks, maybe five tricks. I don't remember. They all meld together at this point. So, but hopefully that was cool. That was good. I enjoyed that. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah. I was trying to figure out how to do this other trick that I was in the middle of doing, and so oh yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't mess it up while I'm practicing, because this was the boss trick from last week. Okay, yeah, already I've messed up something. But you know what? I'm going to cheat. By cheat, I mean I have a reference video for this. I'm just going to quickly check it. And I think that should have what I am looking for. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. I'm just like, this trick has given me so much trouble. It's given me so much trouble in the past. And then last week, I was just like, oh man, how can I not remember how it's done? Like, it is a little complicated. By the way, I'm drinking a new tea. If anybody is into teas, this is like, it's like an herbal tea that uses like the blue pea plant. So like, the tea is blue. It's kind of cool. It tastes blue too. I don't know how to describe it exactly. All right. Okay, so this is this, and then this is this, and then we turn this over. Okay, cool. All right, okay. All right, I think I have this set up correct now. Show the blue tea. Okay, all right. Let me see here. So here, right now it's kind of a dark blue, but I think you can kind of make that out on camera. If I move this around, there you go. There's some nice blue on tea. I mean, blue on screen. As I said, blue on tea. That was so. Whoa, yep, blue. Yeah, definitely. So, this is a loose leaf tea, but if anybody is interested in the guts, so there's like all of the things that are inside of this loose leaf tea. I got this from Harney and Sons, I think is the tea store. So I was running out of herbal teas, and I was like, I need another herbal tea that's loose leaf because my last batch was running out. And I'm like, they weren't that good from this other place. I don't want to bash them because they weren't bad. It just wasn't like the best quality. And this one, it seemed to get a lot of good reviews, Harney and Sons. And I was like, oh my god! And I've tried two of their teas already, and I'm like, holy crap, these are super good. So, okay. All right, so here I'm going to be doing a trick called, or I'm trying to do the trick, impulse card trick. But yeah, the blue tea is surprisingly pretty good, and it was more pricey than a regular tea there. But I'm like, okay, I'll pay the same price. I just get less amount of it, so I get 3 ounces instead of 4 ounces for the 4 ounce price. Okay, this was a boss trick from, I mean, the past, but also last week. So all right. Okay, we've got the four aces, four kings. I'm going to turn over all four kings, and we're going to introduce you to all the aces. So here we've got the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, the ace of clubs, and then the ace of hearts, and I'll leave the kings over there. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these aces and turn it face down, because now we've got one face down card. We'll do it again. We've now got two face down cards. I'm going to do it again. We've now got three face down cards. And then, of course, we've got one more. We've got four face down cards. Now, some people think that instead of using the aces here, I should use the kings. And to that, I would say, sure, I could do that, because now if I show you, these are all kings. So now we've got king, 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 king. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Now, some people think that, oh, there's no possible way that I could have swapped the piles. And so they're thinking, well, if I go ahead and if I take this pile and place it on the top and place it, that all of the kings would be together and all of the aces would be together. However, they do not think that they could be interwoven like this. I know, is that weird? That's super weird. But not only that, not only are they interwoven, if we take a look, the ace of diamonds is paired with the king of diamonds. The ace of spades is paired with the king of spades. The ace of clubs is paired with the king of clubs. And the ace of hearts is paired with the king of hearts. But not only that, I don't know if you knew, I changed the backs of half of the cards. Now, we knew that the kings were red backed, and certainly the aces were too, up until I just snapped my fingers. I changed their backs to be blue. And that, my friends, I will call a successful performance of Impulse Card Trick. Okay, alright. Feels better that I could do that trick this week and not last week. I did kind of botch this one pretty badly last week, so I didn't like reveal the secrets of magic. I was just like during setup and I was doing it, it's like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't feel right. There's no way. And so it's just like I just kept on forgetting. But that's alright. It's one trick. It's fine. I had like, 60 other tricks. It's all good. What kind of herbal tea? Alright, Beth asks an interesting question. I can pull up the name of it. I forgot what it was called. So a shipment from here. Okay, cool. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Obi-Wan, Felden Kane, and thank you for the mind-blown Obi-Wan. Yeah, that one was pretty crazy. Even some of my magician friends, if they hadn't seen it before, they were like, what? No, that's so cool. And I was like, I know, right? So I was like, I need to learn it. Okay, so this particular tea is called Indigo Punch. Indigo Punch. And I bought it from Harney and Sons. This is hashtag not sponsored, but legitimately I am enjoying this tea. It's actually, I don't normally see blue teas. Like, I usually see green, black. I see red teas if you're, Yeah, Indigo Punch. You know what? That trick gave you the Indigo Punch, because at the very end you thought they were all red cards, right? Boom! Indigo backs. There you go. But yeah, Indigo Punch. So I have no idea, actually, so I'm based in the United States. For those who are not based in the United States, I have no idea where Harney and Sons is based. So I don't know. Shipping may vary, I guess. E-Room says, better than a donkey punch. The rest is like regular tea. Yeah, black, green, white tea, oolong tea. Those are all regular tea. Cool, I just Googled it. I found it's available at Specialty Tea Shop. Yeah. Yeah, the other flavors I got, so I have like regular teas that I like. So my black teas and my green teas, I basically source just I have local places that I have that I like already, but I don't like any of the loose leaf herbal teas that we have locally, or there aren't enough. And I was like, I need to like order from a tea shop online or something. And so I'm buying loose leaf uh, herbal teas only, basically. So I got like I got pumpkin spice because it was on sale seasonally, and I'm like, I like pumpkin spice. Nobody actually likes pumpkin flavored things unless you're actually eating like pumpkin pie. Most people like pumpkin spice flavor, which is a completely different flavor profile than just pumpkin. Um, but yeah, I got indigo punch. I got blood orange fruit tea. I got strawberry kiwi fruit tea and orange passion fruit tea. Which so I haven't tried anything besides the pumpkin spice and the indigo because I literally got the package like 2 days ago. So I'm curious to go buy and try. I mean, hey, that's if you want more like tasting notes, let me know. I can maybe put something together see if it's worth it. But if you're interested in teas, this indigo punch is good, and it tastes different than other teas, even other herbal teas. If you've had a cherry punch, this has a similar feel to it, but it does have a slightly different taste. So, wait, and I beat that boss, so I'm gonna give myself credit for doing that. Boom. All right, that means I've improved at least 107 times, presumably. I'm not gonna lie. I think some people wouldn't keep a counter of boss tricks and then being like, "Oh man, that's how many times I failed." But actually, it's just how you look at it, right? So having this number be a big number it could be a good thing because the way I view it, it's like that's how many times I practiced. And the good news is that I won't do it out in public or like for real people if I mess it up on stream a bunch. But I'll do a trick that I absolutely know, like down pat. I looked it up during ad jail. Awesome. Yeah. So if you guys are interested, hashtag not sponsored, but I like it. Let's see here. Okay, so the trick list is open if anybody would like to request any tricks. In the interim, I can just do whatever tricks I I damn well please. Let's see, Beth says, I was looking for this answer though. Hard to sum up other than it's a fruity tea. Apple pieces, rose hips, butterfly pea flower, lemon peel, lemongrass, raspberry. What? Apple pieces, rose hips, butterfly pea flower. Oh yeah, is that the blue one? The blue one is butterfly fly pea. Oh, is that what you're describing? This one is? Yeah. Flowery, grassy, fruity is the easiest summary. Oh, okay. I do get. I would say there's like a slight hint of tartness that isn't in normal teas. That could be the lemon flavored things. That's what kind of tea. Ah, I see. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see here. We're going to do Coin Matrix by Al, and then we're going to do cardless coin matrix, but I'm going to give it a second because I've rate limited myself, so we'll see if this works. Okay, all right, cool. I waited long enough. All right. Okay. There we go. Okay. You guys seen me doing this basically every stream for many streams. I did I did mess up the cardless one maybe like about a month ago, but this one I think has been okay. Make this go from one corner to the next. Make this one go from there to there. 1, 2, 3. And then last one, 1, 2, 3. And then lately I've always followed this one up. Let's see here. Making sure these are on camera. Okay, we've got these ones here. Hands are empty. And we're going to go with 1, 2, 3. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 over here and 1 over there. And 4. And then I've been trying to finish this one up with the fancy ending. So, boom, boom, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. I'll say those are pretty good. I don't think I messed up. So, if anybody doesn't know the terminology, a magician will flash something that is unintended. There's sometimes flashing is intended, right? But a magician flashes when the audience sees something that they're not supposed to see. Sometimes it doesn't matter that much, like they see something they're not supposed to see, but like the audience hasn't like mentally caught up, like, oh, that's like implying that there's something wrong, or like, oh, that's how the trick is done. It's sometimes like, oh, that's weird. Should that not be like that? But it doesn't really translate to anything. Other times it's like they see something, it is something wrong, but the audience doesn't know it's anything wrong. So you never want to call it out, right? Intended for certain audiences. Yeah, that's right. So let's see. E-Room, thank you for the nice yellow, and thank you kind of for the claps. Felden Kane, E-Room. And so yeah, there's if anybody wants to see a bunch of magicians potentially make a mistake, there's some videos on a magician YouTuber. His name's Chris Ramsey. You may have heard of him, but he has these series of videos called "You Flash, You Lose," where basically magicians will perform a bunch of tricks to a camera, and everybody's watching on a big TV, like in real life, and then we can watch just it's on a YouTube video. But if they flash, like if they show something that it wasn't intended, then they lose. That's the game. And so that's like a fun thing. I was able to participate in one of these at a magic convention. I think 2020. I forgot it was 2022 or 2023 was the first year I attended Magifest, but I got to do one and it was okay. Hey, look, we got auto modded today, guys. I don't normally get auto modded. This must be a pleasure because that means I'm not not usually big enough to have anybody like anybody auto mod. Thank you, whoever handled that. All right, let's see here. We'll clear these, and then we have a request from Charlie's Beats. Thanks for the request, Charlie. Let's get ready for that. But yeah, so yeah, you flash, you lose. It's pretty cool. Actually, if there was one trick that I flashed a lot, and if I hold on, let me see if I can. Okay, so this is the trick that I've messed up a lot on stream. So look, I have a 4 of clubs and the Felden Kane Jack of clubs. So if I put the Jack of clubs down here, here's the 4 of clubs. But look, let's see if I flash here. 2, 3. Oh, I flashed. Oh, okay. But anyway, so I would have lost the game just now. Not like the game, just the you flash, you lose. So, all right. How it's done. Oh, yes, that's right. Felden bonk. Lol. Oh yeah, that's right. Charlie's Beats has got the yeah, this is how it's done right here. I have to use the so even though these are Gibson Lens emotes, Charlie's Beats instigated this when I was like, "Hey Charlie, what do you want to write on this?" And then he literally just put an emote and I'm like, "I guess I could draw that." And so here we go. Semi-lyric. Welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Guys, I just gave you almost not a real tutorial, but I just revealed how that trick was done. Okay, all right. Let's try that again. See, aren't you guys glad you're here? You guys are learning some secrets of magic today. That's See, this is not usually on the docket. All right, here we go. All right, that one looked a lot better. Some people are probably like, "Wait." There's another thing, right? Sometimes you do want to let some people in because it kind of shows like how much blood, sweat, and tears, and time and effort gets put in to these things. So yeah, that move is not like a trivial, you can learn the mechanics of it in like 15 minutes, but to make it look nice is going to take a long time. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, welcome in, Bert. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. Guys, I basically made Bert Gibson Lens watch a movie this past week. I won't spoil the movie, but if you pay attention in chat and you know which movie I physically had, and so I will know the result of one of Gibson Lens's movie reviews probably next time. I remember we still have to do uh, a cat. Oh, okay, all right. If you All right, Charlie, if you request what is it, 4 card trick, and I'll ask you what you want on it, I will try and draw. I'll try and draw a thing. All right. Okay, so here we go. What we have here is 3, 2, and ace. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and lay the 3 over here, the 2 over here, and then we will take the ace and we'll place the ace here on the bottom. But let's pretend this is an elevator and we can press the elevator button. That will actually bring the ace from the bottom all the way up to the top, because if I show you, there's our Charlie's Beat signed ace. Now if we take the 2 and place it on the top and we press the elevator button, go down. If you guys saw, I turned it clockwise the first time. I'm kind of counterclockwise this time. That'll make it go from the top all the way down to the bottom, because there it is, the 2. And then of course what we have here is the 3, but I'm going to go ahead and split the deck, and now it's going to act like a transporter. So I'm going to place the 3 here on this pile. And if anybody has seen the Next Generation or the original series, there's usually some sort of control, whether it's a light control in the Next Gen, or I think it was like a little tab that they pushed to slide. Hey, Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the transport, because now if I show you over here, there's actually no, because it's transported over here. Our 3 of spades. And that, my friends, is the 3 travelers version of the card trick. Originally, so I learned this as 3 travelers. I didn't know it was actually based on another trick called penetration. I'm not kidding. So, and for anybody who didn't understand that reference, if you actually search for penetration in my trick list, there's more than one. So anyway, thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, thank you kindly for the transport. Felden Kane, table flip. What? There is a slight, quote unquote, slight. I don't know if it's really a slight, but I think it would be classified as a slight. But there's a thing called a deck flip. I can't do it very well, but let me see if we can. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, hopefully you enjoyed that. Thanks for that request. But a deck flip is basically you hold a deck in one hand and then you do some maneuver to basically flip the whole deck in your hand. And there's a maneuver called the TG deck flip, and it's basically like, like it's supposed to look way more elegant than that. Hold on. So, boom. If you can't tell, I don't do the deck flip, so this is not my forte. There we go. It's basically supposed to look like that. I mean, you're not supposed to see it. It's supposed to be done like hidden. I don't know why you wouldn't just flip the deck like this. Like it's you have control over it. There's no risk of like if you miss then you drop all the cards everywhere. I don't know. Seems a little risky to me. But everything in Magic, like in performance Magic, is basically about managing risk. Sorry to make this seem like so real, because like that's kind of like what financial futures and like stock markets and like I don't know, if you're playing like a real time strategy game, like managing risk. Like, oh, is the opponent rushing me, or are they gonna do no rush 20, and I can basically do the awesome thing, right? Hmm. Herm. Oh, wait. The good news is I can actually mark off the boss trick from earlier. So actually, wait. I think I might be down to a few number bosses. By the way, if anybody is curious, today's Magic Stream is Magic Stream 162. 162. So we are 7 away from 169. I know because we were talking about pulling out a very specific deck of cards for 169. The impulse card trick, and then oh guys, I think I'm caught up. I'm caught up with all my boss tricks. Yes. All right. Cool. So actually, I'll need a boss trick. So if anybody wants to request something to trip me up for something I don't remember how to do, certainly is possible. Also, I can mess up tricks that I have done before and I know very well. That's also possible. Um, Let me update my magician's choice. So currently there's 0 boss tricks. This almost never happens. I usually have like a boss trick that lingers or whatever. I should have updated that. It should have said 1 at the beginning of today, but we're taking a quick ad break. All right. Guys, there's benefits to subbing because then you will have unlimited, ad-free viewing. Well, why did I say unlimited? I don't even know where that was going. I guess while we're here, let's take a look at my trick list and see what I haven't done in a while, because there are some tricks that, uh, let's see, there's some 3-month tricks. What's on top? Oh, I have a new name for this one. We're going to call it Plots of Card Magic. That's actually the name that I call it. So actually, you know what? Let's do it. let's christen the new name. And I can get ready for it while we're in the ad break. Okay, let's see here. think we are okay. All right. Let me know when back. I forgot to bring my backup water today, so depending on if stream goes long, I may have to run up to grab water or refill my tea. Normally, my tea will last like a whole Sleight of Hand Sunday session, though. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and just start now. Okay. So, first things first. There are a lot of things in card magic, and unless you're a card magician, everything looks like a card trick to you. But there's oftentimes some plots. I mean, I haven't had an ad, but I had a YouTube distraction. Ah, very well then, Beth. Thank you for letting me know. No, I totally understand. Yeah, it's very hard to just have people's attention, especially like because there's so many things to watch at any given time, right? Like between YouTube, between Twitch, like it all happens. But anyway, so yeah, if you're not familiar with card magic, there are lots of plots in card magic that will recur. Like if you learn like a dozen card tricks or something, they could all be different, but they could actually all be variations on the same thing. So this is to demonstrate kind of some of the plots. So first things first, I want to show you the plot where the cards separate. And you've seen me do a variation of that where we're going to have the black cards separate from the red cards. And I'm going to show you this by intermixing a black card with a red card, a black card, and a red card. Now, if I was to ask you, okay, what colors are the top two cards, right? I think a lot of people would probably say, a red and a black. But if I just go ahead and I do some magical thing like this, both of those top cards are going to be the red ones. And now here's the rub. If I go ahead and I place the two back on top, now if I ask you what are the top two cards, I think a lot of people would probably say red and red. That might be correct until I do this, because now the top two cards are black and black. And so, let's see. What do we do next here? I think, oh yeah. So sometimes there's a trick called the ace assembly, and those don't use the jacks, but actually would use 4 aces. And with that, I can show you that these 4 jacks have turned into the 4 aces. Boom. So yeah, there we go. That I consider that an original of mine. I don't know why I have it as like an improvisation. Probably because the first time I did it, it was kind of an improv. But yeah, I consider that basically an original. Even though all the parts are like taken from like 5 different tricks. But Felden Kane, E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. The cool thing about that trick is that it can be done with any deck of cards. A borrowed deck of cards, perfectly fine. So the one thing that a lot of people suspect when I do card magic is like, are those trick cards? And I'm like, I mean, they could be, but statistically speaking, like most of the tricks that I will do just randomly in the street or, just to people that I meet are just tricks that I will use a regular deck of cards with, because if somebody wants to call me out on it, I'll just prove to them right there. Hey, if you want to loan me a deck, I can use that one. It's perfectly fine. I'll save like the other crazy special tricks for like shows or something. Speaking of which, I have not gotten any additional leads for magic. However, I did get, and some people who were around the other day might have heard, I did get an interview next week, so we'll see how it goes. Rather this week, I guess, because it's Sunday. So fingers crossed. Hopefully everything goes well. Good luck, says Feldenkane. Thank you kindly, Feldenkane. Appreciate it. I'm also going to the doctor this week, so we're gonna have to go through the rigmarole of like, insurance changed and stuff. And then I also have to tell them about my hubris about my playground injury, which it still kind of hurts a little bit, but I think I'm mostly better. All right, I'm trying very hard not to cough into the microphone. So if you did not hear a cough, you're welcome. If you did hear a cough, I'd be like, whoa, somebody can sense the real life through, not sending digital signals. All right, let's see. I've also been having these ideas in my mind about. So I don't know how much I want to confess here, but you could say that I basically collect a bunch of garbage. And I'm just like, ooh, maybe I can do some magic tricks with these sometime. But I was like, can I put a spin on it? Because, if somebody wants to do magic, they shouldn't have to like buy magic products, right? And so I kind of want to give people away like, oh, you can do this trick. Like, for example, upstairs, I have this small container that has like, those little plastic tabs that you might see on like a loaf of bread that keeps the bag closed? Like I have a bunch of those, and I'm like, I could totally do the coin matrix with those, right? And so that's something where, and also like you don't see coins much anymore. Like people aren't paying in cash that much around, especially in the United States. Um, I see mostly like digital forms of payments, credit cards, that kind of thing, as like the primary. I even saw, so there's a baseball stadium locally near here where I think up until 2 years ago they would take all the forms of payment. But apparently, I heard last year they stopped taking cash at the stadium. So if you're parking in the parking lot or buying any concessions or anything, there's signs everywhere that says the whole place is a cashless facility. So you have to pay with either like credit cards or like any of the digital forms of payments, like digital wallets that they take. And I'm like, that's crazy. Like, what if somebody didn't get the memo and was like, I'm here, I want to park, I only have cash? I don't know. As a software engineer, I wanted to ask that use case and be like, well, what do you do? Like, can those people just not enjoy, baseball games? Like, I don't know. Anyway, neither here nor there. All right. Let's see. Currently, the queue is empty. If anybody would like to request any magic, feel free. Now would be a good time. I'm going to just randomly shuffle for a little bit until I feel um, inspired to do another trick. Or somebody can make me do it. I'm usually pretty good about honoring all the requests. I've only bailed out on the ones that I don't remember how to do. I was doing like there is this thing where I did incorporate into a trick. It's a very simple thing though, but like you don't see it. Then you do see it. And similar thing, if I push it into the deck, you don't see it. But then you do see it. Oh wait, did I add that to the trick list? Polar. Oh, I did. Okay. 4 weeks ago. All right. So that I called that trick polarization of light. So my whole like story around that is that, hey, this piece of light is polarized horizontally or vertically, and then you can't see it when the viewing filter is the other way. But yeah, that's been in my head. Mostly because I did a reveal for it on my YouTube channel, but it's currently channel members only. Oh, speaking of which, I wanted to let some people know that since I made so many things on YouTube, and I'm like, if I was to ever have instructional material, I feel like it would kind of be weird to not have at least an associated video. And I was like, well, I don't want to have like digital files that people can download, even though that's kind of like how a lot of things are distributed now, because if somebody gets it, they can then just distribute it, or even worse, like charge people for it and they get the money and I don't get the money kind of thing. There are still people who are selling magical secrets on DVDs, and I'm like, I have a bunch of DVDs just sitting around not doing anything. So guess what I made? I made a DVD. I burned this myself, and this is called Nam Crazy Asians Presents False Counts. So this is a collection, and this is a regular DVD. Like you can put this in a DVD player, and it will play. It even has a menu. I designed the menu. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be because there's like tons of software that supports it now, even though nobody uses physical media. But I'm like, seems like something where I could like just give to my friends or something, or if I do sell it. I mean, it's not like people couldn't rip DVDs, but if I made like a data disk, it would be a little bit easier for people to like take it apart than this. It's like a little bit more involved, but I mean, if somebody really wanted to, they could still do it. Um, but I'm like, oh, well, that's cool. And also, I had a bunch of DVDs that I got for free. So I'm like, all right, well, what am I going to do with these DVDs? I was actually thinking about maybe trying DVD magic, but I don't really have. Like, DVD magic is like stage magic. Like, if anybody's seen that, I don't know if it was Japanese or Korean, but there was a manipulator. So basically, somebody doing things on stage to make objects appear, uh, transport, disappear, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's what manipulators do, and they look really cool doing it. Okay. All right. I'm feeling. Let's see what the trick list wants to give me. The trick list is going to give me 4 card trick. Charlie, are you there? Do you want me to draw something? Is that? Because we could probably do. Actually, what was the other one? Was it this one? Okay. Oh yeah, Kino. I'm not sure if I can draw the cat. At least the Gibson Pog is like cartoony. It's in the realm of possibility. All right. Okay, guys. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to do artwork. Um, and also, I have to find where I put the cards for this. Um, I was actually thinking the worst case scenario if I mess up this trick, like, it would be so bad. Okay, let's see here. Okay, let's find the cards for the trick. Let's find something to draw with. Here's the Sharpie from earlier. And then we have an ad break, so we can say, let me know when back. And then let's go ahead and prep for that. Don't worry, I will draw on stream, on the screen. Okay. Think I've got everything. I was actually thinking, what if I had so many emotes, and at this point probably will be Gibson Lens emotes. Iced Flame X, welcome in. How's it going? All right, before we get to this trick, I do have to pull. Hello, Ice Flame X. Welcome in. How's it going? We got to pull the Ice Flame X card. So that. All right, Ice Flame X. There we go. Thank you kindly, Ice Flame X, for the resub for 20 months. Ice Flame X, thank you so much. How are you doing? Good to see you. How was your weekend? Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. I spent my weekend plus, so the dog stayed over like for 4 days, and we were dog sitting. We're not dog people. But I mean, this dog it's tiny. It's a Pomeranian that I think didn't weigh more than like 6 or 7 pounds. So it was almost like a cat. But anyway, let me find some jokers to find your card after I lose it in the deck. Iceflame X, I've been doing good. I basically did nothing for the weekend. Oh, Iceflame X, that sounds glorious. Hopefully you had a wonderful time doing nothing. So, all right, we're going to put the Iceflame X King of Spades into the deck. We'll now shuffle, lose it in there a little bit more, do a few cuts. And then, so now we're going to go ahead and have these two jokers try and find the card. However, this might be a little bit tricky. I don't know what's going on. However, if we actually take a look, Iceflame X says, my weekend is really only Sunday, though, so sometimes I just like to sit and rest. Oh, okay. Well, that makes a lot of sense then. We're looking for the King of Spades, guys. I don't know if I see a King of Spades here. I think a King of Spades is gone. You know what? I think if I bring out our friend the deck sock, guys, you're not familiar with the deck sock, let's say hi to the deck sock. Actually, if you have the deck sock emotes, feel free to throw the deck sock in there. All right, deck sock, can you find the King of Spades? And now you're doing some investigating? Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, deck sock. Well done. So wait, did the jokers actually get it? Because we take a look. Ah, there we go. There is Iced Flame X's King of Spades. Charlie, thank you for the emotes. There you go. Yeah, I used to have so when I was in school, I was going to school basically 5 days a week, and then I had work 2 days a week. But one of the days of the week overlapped with work, so it basically felt like I was working 6 days. So I don't, actually, I would also only have Sunday off back then. Um, but yeah, doing nothing felt so good. But I think there's been like a lot of changes, like even since like 20 years ago, that there's a lot to be said for mental health, right? Like just being able to. So a lot of people say doing nothing it's bad, but like that's hustle culture, and like honestly, if you're burned out or you feel burned out, then it doesn't really do you any good. So if by doing nothing you recharge, like I feel like that is very important. Um, if you just think about like before modern day technology and civilization, right? There's just you could just chill and do nothing, and it was perfectly acceptable, like for a day, right, or two, just to rest up or relax. And it's just like now it almost feels like if you're doing nothing, you're wasting your time, and I'm just like that shouldn't be the way that it is. Uh, Isolate Max says, I'm glad the deck sock was able to find me. I know, right? The deck sock. Good job, deck sock. Anyway, Isolate Max, thank you so much for the resub. Greatly appreciate it. Let's see. So yeah, if time allows and you have the luxury to, it's a lot of people would consider this a luxury now, to do nothing. I mean, do nothing. Like, here's the thing: I've been without work for a while, and I feel like I've been doing something basically every day. Uh, and I've very rarely done nothing, but sometimes it's been fun stuff. Sometimes it's been stuff necessary for my life, but you know, you got to keep with it just so that you can enjoy the next day, even if the next day is work. Rest up. All right. Four card trick. So here we have four cards. One, two, three, four. Now these cards are actually not normal cards. They are blank cards. So we have four blank cards. Now, this is effectively requested by Charlie. And so we're going to be attempting to draw a picture on one of these. And the picture that we have determined I will try and draw is an emote. And it's going to be, hold on. Um, it's going to be Gibson Pog. It will be this one. So let me just click on it so I can see it. This is a little bit better. So if anybody wants to see my previous Gibson lens emotes, I've drawn here. And so let's go ahead and try to draw this one. This one's a little bit more involved and actually has like, the shape of a head. Like, so I have to like get that a little bit better. But here's my attempt for this trick. Okay, all right. I don't know where to start here. The hair almost reminds me of like Bart Simpson. If anybody has seen The Simpsons, I know that like people who are younger may not even know what The Simpsons are, which is kind of depressing. Which then indicates to me that I'm too old because when I was a young kid, The Simpsons were all the craze, and I wanted to watch it, and it was a show even too old for me. And those characters never age. So, all right, I'm having trouble trying to. E-Room has got got Simpsons emotes. Willie's 33 Jam. All right, nice. That's so cool. E-Room proving that he's got emotes for everything. Okay. I think I'm having trouble determining on what proportion, but I guess I'm just going to commit because I just have to. All right. Maybe pretend this is like Goku or like a Super Saiyan, because I think that might help me here. Oh, these are supposed to be thicker than I'm making them. All right, whatever. I'm gonna wing it. Sorry if I make Gibson Lens look like a Super Saiyan. Although I don't know, Bert, would you object? Like looking like a Super Saiyan should actually be like a bragging point, right? Like I don't know when I was single if I could just go up to someone and be like, "Hey, I look like a Super Saiyan." That could be impressive if they knew what the hell a Super Saiyan was. Felden Kane's got the all right. Okay, let me see here. So it's a part that just comes up a little bit and then around. This emote almost reminds me a little bit. If anybody has seen, and this is going to be also anime related, Lupin the Third. The drawing almost reminds me of like a Lupin. All right, the hair's not going to be big enough, but I think I've kind of like I've already I've already committed to the size on the page or on the card. So we're gonna have to come across here. This is angled down because I've messed it up. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gibson Lens or Charlie's Beats. I'm actually thinking Charlie would be more upset if I mess this up than Gibson Lens, even though it's Gibson Lens's emote. Here's like the little hair, the little circle around there, and then we got to get like a little sideburn, right? It's almost like a little sideburn. Okay. Oh man, this is gonna look not so good. Okay, I need to get a little curl around the ear here. Oh, my ear is a little bit fatter than the actual ear. Oh, and this hair part should come down. All right, we can fake that part. That's okay. All right, now we need a Gibson Lens style jawline. Oh man, this is brutal. All right, jawline almost looks like Jay Leno, but with less of a chin. But maybe same face on the emote there. Oh, that's not bad, I think. Okay, now it's got to come up. Oh, it's almost straight up. All right, I got this. I got this. Hold on. Where's the nose? Oh, the nose is directly on the face, so I don't have to worry about Okay, all right. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming along, guys. All right. Next, we need eyes. So you might say that I have practice drawing Gibson eyes, but these are not the same. These are very different. Okay. Um, let's do the one closer to the edge of the face first, because I think that will help me anchor the rest of it. I do want everybody to know I am not an artist. This is painstaking and struggling for me, but I'm doing it for science. I mean, for fun. This is not really for science. I almost yell like for science for a lot of things. Okay, so this eye is a little bit like this. Let's see. And then let me draw the shape of the other eye before I. Let me see. Here we go. Okay. All right, there's that. Oh, hold on. Somebody's got a comment. I can't read it because I clicked on the thing. No worries, Nam. We can tell that you're not an artist, lol. Thanks, Eroom. you know, Eroom, if it came from anybody that's not like a regular, I probably would be like, man, that guy, he's so disrespectful. But it came from you, Eroom, so I'm like, oh, Eroom's being funny. I'm glad it's somebody who already follows me and not like a new follower. Is that the banhammer? Lol. I've been pretty. Thanks for the. But Charlie. Okay, I need to get the pupils in. So the one for this side is like pretty much right up against the edge of the eye. I would say now that Eroom has called me out, I feel like I've been seen. I've been seen that I'm not an artist. I almost feel like this one, even though I don't think it's exactly in the same place, needs to basically be like right at the edge too. So otherwise it will look pretty weird. Or it's just my drawing that will look really weird. Okay. Alright, now we need I can't tell, is the nose literally just a line like underneath? Like I almost feel like it's just this. Okay, we're committing to the nose. That sounds super weird. Okay, and now the mouth. Okay, this is the part I was maybe a little afraid of. So it's gonna be like this, coming down, and then coming back up. All right, all right. Please forgive my mouth. Should we have done this on stream 169? Should we have done that? Oh, oh my God! I don't know who just gave me the gigantic emote, but thank you so much. Thank you, Charlie. Oh man, that helps. Oh my God, I don't know if you realize how much that helps. Thank you so much. Here I was trying to like I just clicked on, when you click on an emote that tells you, I was just, that one's slightly bigger than the actual emote. Oh, thank you. This helps so much. All right. Okay. I mean, it doesn't give me any more confidence in my drawing ability, but like at least proportionally, I can see the damn thing. Okay. All right. So that's like it goes until the eye. So maybe that line is like here. Hey, Jan the Magic Man, thank you so much for the resub for 24 months. 2 freaking years! Chan, you got this is indeed 2 freaking years. Oh man, thank you so much, Chan. Hold on, I've got to find. I'm in the middle of a magic trick technique. Oh, but you know what? I just realized I don't know if I can find Chan's card because oh, there we go. There's Chan's card. Chan the Magic Man. Agile says Beth, kind of sorta. All right, now where was I? No, your mouth is usually very clean compared to a lot of people. I would like to think that I keep this. So I don't advertise my stream as family friendly. I do swear a couple of times, but it's usually very tame as far as like the cursing. I used to actually yell like in public curses, like literally use the word curses, like because it seemed way classier than yelling anything else. And people would be like, "Did he just yell curses?" And I'd be like, "Yep, that was me." Okay, it's pretty narrow up against here. Oh, I don't want to say I've messed up, but it's probably not the best proportioned ever in the world of all things. Okay, and then we got to get the row of teeth, and it is slightly concave, I guess. And then there's like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like a, okay. All right, guys, I submit for your approval this. Okay. I do realize it's a little squished, but I mean, I'm trying to work on a card, and I'm not an artist, so. Let's see. Agile is Beth, and then Chan hugs E-Room. Warm, big, warm, fuzzy bear hug on the mouth. Yes. Chan says, I sometimes swear on stream when I'm gaming. Hope everyone has been well. Nice. Thank you kindly for the thumbs up, guys. If anybody was curious, that thumbs up is actually a Gibson Lens emote, but Feldon Kane created it, so there we go. I think you did better than I would. Well, thank you, Beth. Appreciate that. All right, cool. So where were we? We were in the middle of the 4-card trick, um, effectively requested by Charlie. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and if I grab, I hope that is dry, the Gibson Lens Pog emote, you'll be able to track it because it's face up over here. So, however, I just need, I'm just going to go ahead and grab it, and I'm going to place it, let me see here. I'm going to place it, I'm going to place it in chat. There we go. There it is. So now it's just hanging out there. So now if we take a look, it's not here. It's gone. However, now we've got nothing here. But if I just go ahead and I grab the emote now, actually, can I do this with the emotes with? Okay, okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna try and catch the emote when it shows up. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it. I got it. Now I'm gonna put it back. All right, because now if we take a look, it's actually here. See? Now, some people say that I would be able to tell this card on the face because we just drew the Gibson Pog emote on it, and none of these have anything on the face. However, I will tell you that you can also tell this card from the back, because while these blank cards have a blue back, this emote card actually is labeled Gibson Pog, which is the name of the emote. And that, my friends, is 4-card trick. Yes, and now I have got I've got this collection of Gibson Lens emotes on cards. So there we go. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably the longest version of the 4-card trick. Even taking into the fact that I've drawn the other emotes during drawing. So now we just need those two. All right, Charlie. Next week, you just request this one again, and we will draw one of those ones. I'll let you know that it looks like I'll feel a little bit better about Gibson Smile than Gibson Scream. Gibson Scream, I think, has a lot more detail. So, but hey, I'm willing to give it a try. What more can you ask for? And don't anybody dare say a real artist, because I'll be like, I am an artist. It's just a sleight of hand magic artist, and not a visual arts Then you can do a trick that does the scream. Oh yeah. Ooh. You know what? There's a bunch of tricks that we could do where the scream could occur. Yeah. Okay. So for anybody who did not see my Tuesday stream, I talked to ChatGPT and asked ChatGPT, "Hey, can you help me create a trick or a bunch of tricks?" And in this case, ChatGPT did come up with tricks, some of which were a lot less satisfactory than others. But I think I want to try doing one right now because this one I thought was pretty cool after I reworked it and made it make sense. So I think we're going to go ahead and be able to do this one. This is also the one that sticks out in my mind as the, oh man, this trick's good. I like this trick. So, okay. All right. So, what will we do here? Uh, okay. All right. Let me see here. Magician. There we go. Adding a magician's choice. Okay. So first things first. I have a deck, and this deck is blue, but I've set aside 3 predictions. From another deck. You'll know that they're from another deck because they have red backs. And what I want to do is, if you were here, you could cut this deck, and I would ask you to cut it into 3 different piles, 1, 2, and 3. And you could cut it to several different parts. And so I would ask you to cut about 1/3 of the deck and place it here. And let's say you cut it, actually, and you would be able to freely shuffle these two as well. So you could give it a good riffle shuffle, freehand shuffle, overhand shuffle, any kinds of shuffle that you want. Once you were happy, then you could cut about 1/3 of the deck over here. Now, what I want to tell you is that this packet represents the past, and so my prediction for locking in the past has already happened, and so you can't really change the past. Now, I want you to cut what's remaining into about 2 equal halves, and so the one that you've left here is the one that's in the present. So that's the here and the now. And so I'm going to go ahead and mark this with a prediction as well. Now, the here and now, that's what's happening right now. And we would basically be able to verify if we were both in the same place, presumably, that the events that are occurring are actually occurring. Once we get down to the quantum level, that's a little bit weirder. But look, we're dealing with cards. We're dealing with real cards. They're not at the quantum level. Now, finally, the future has yet to be written. And so if you were here, you could actually cut this packet anywhere you want, because if you left it where it was, we'll be using this for the prediction. But if you cut here, that will be the card that's prediction. So actually, if anybody would like to cut this packet right now, if you are on desktop, go ahead and click directly on the screen. Whichever card that the heat map is on, I will cut there. So it looks like this is the one that's cut, so we will cut this packet like this. And I'll place my 3rd prediction here on the top. Now, let me just go ahead and pull all my predictions off. And here's the interesting thing about this, is that the past, as I mentioned, is in the past, and so that is unchanging. And so, I could have gone back to old records to see what the past was, and in this case, I could easily predict the past because it's very well documented, right? And so here we have the 9 of hearts. Now these events, if we were in the same place, we would agree on, right? And so I could take a look at what you got. In this case, that is the 4 of diamonds. And I would be able to check and be like, oh, 4 of diamonds, I concur with your 4 of diamonds. Now, importantly, remember the card that you cut to. So right now, I'm just going to reveal this card. Okay, if you had cut to a different card, I'm just going to show you the rest of this pile. It could have been any one of these cards. And some people might think this is a little bit of a cheat, but the future has yet to be written. However, how would I then know that the prediction of where you cut to should match my future prediction of the King of Clubs? And that, my friends, if you were here, you could inspect this deck. And so all of these cards, very different. You could have cut anywhere. And these cards are all examinable. They are exactly as they appear to be. And that, my friends, is, I would say, a brand new trick, partially inspired by ChatGPT, but I had to come up with how to do it because ChatGPT could not figure out, like, for the life of it. But wait, what if this, that, the other thing? And then it's like I'd have to figure out. Basically, ChatGPT was telling me, oh, I need to prepare something ahead of time, but then have the spectator have a free selection. And then it's like, but wait, if the free selection exists, then how can you prepare something ahead of time? And I'm just like, ChatGPT, you're dense. Like, come on, you can't do that. So, for all intents and purposes, if anybody cares, yeah, every choice here is a free choice. You can shuffle anywhere, cut anywhere, and it will look pretty good. so, so yeah, I don't know if I have a name for that trick. I did take some notes, some magic notes. So let me see. And the proposed trick name is Timeline. So I don't know if I like that, but it is kind of a working title. So we'll figure it out. I think I could also change the presentation a bit. I think it is actually all pretty decent, but uh, let's see here. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, Feldenkane. Welcome in, Sapphire Stern. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Good morning to you too. It is technically morning for me. It is my nighttime, but it is past midnight, so it is technically my morning. But welcome in. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. You just missed a trick that was the same one that I showed you on Tuesday, like in the middle of the day. So it was the one with the 3 piles, the past, the present, and the future. So it was that one. Okay, I don't think I coughed into the microphone, so we're good. All right. But yeah, that one's a new trick. And I haven't seen anything like it before. I think I've seen something where like the pile thing has been done before, but um the pile thing has been done before, but like I don't think I've seen it themed as like past, present, future. There's other ones. There's this one that I kind of want to do. You know what? Let me try and wing it. Famous last words of a magician. I want to wing it. Let me see if I can do this other trick here. I'm looking forward to the next one. Ah, awesome. So let me see here. Um, You know what? We'll put another magician's choice in there because this is going to be a trick. It's similar in that I'm going to be making a prediction. So let's go ahead and start with that. Let me make a prediction. Okay, so I think we are going to, let's see here. Do I want to do this? Nope. Do this one? Nope. Okay, maybe this one. Yeah, we could do this prediction. Okay, so for each one of these, I'm going to make a prediction of 3 card piles, and I'm going to make 3 of them. I'm going to put 3 out. I forget, is it 3 or 4? Let's do 3. And we will then hopefully be able to do something really fun, I hope, with these, is the hope. Okay, let's do this. Here's another 3 card prediction. And then let's go with, I don't know. Maybe this one. Okay. All right. So here I've gotten 3 card predictions. Here's my last chance to change my mind. I don't think I need to change my mind. So, okay, all right. Let's go ahead and begin. So here what we've got is 3 predictions. And what I want to do is we are going to go ahead and give the audience a chance to figure out what cards they want to place into each pile. So there's 3. We should probably give everybody a choice of 3, right? Okay. Okay. So here we go. Let me find them. Where did I put the markers for this? Okay, here we go. All right. So we have, I'm just going to call them, they're not indicative of anything. So this is the 2 pile, the 7 pile, and the 8 pile. Okay. All right. So we're going to need 1 card grabbed from one of these piles and then placed with one of these other piles. But I won't direct where they go. Let's see, 4. Let's at least make them different. You know what? We're just, hold on. 3, 7. Nope, there we have a 7. 8. You know what? 0 will be unambiguous. So there we go. Okay. Okay. So if there's anybody in chat who wants to pair up the top card of each one of these with one of those. So if you wanted me to pair this card with the 7, then you could just put like 0, 7. If you wanted me to pair this one with the 4, you can go 2, 4. Or if you want to pair this one with that one, just say 3, 8. So let me know, and hopefully my predictions end up being correct for you guys. That's the hope. So feel free to pair any one of these with any one of those. Your choice. It's free choice. So 007, okay, so here we go. Feldon's Cane wants to place this one with the 7. Okay, so now these 2 are out of contention. So, alright, which one of these with one of those? I'm I'm really relying on chat here. Hopefully my prediction does not make me feel stupid. But then again, I'm winging a trick. 3-8 says Sapphire's turn. Okay, great. So we're going to now pair this one with this one. And then these two are the last ones. So let's go ahead and pair those cards up. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly take a look here and just see that hopefully that everything worked out well. Now, as you can imagine, if I were to set it up and all of the cards were to be perfect, then, you know, each one of these. So let me go ahead and show you that if we had these cards here and this card here, I don't know how you managed to do it, but if I show you, this is the pile of 8s. 8, 8, 8, and 8. I know, is that strange? And this card right here, I don't know how you managed it, but all of the cards in this pile, queen, 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 queen. I know, that's very strange, right? And then over here, once again, I don't know how you guys managed it, but 6, 6, 6, 6. Sorry, there was 4 6s instead of 3 6s. And I don't know, let's see. So what are the odds of that, right? So the odds of that, I mean, somebody could do the math. I mean, it's not astronomical. Is it just like 1 in like 60 or something? Something like that? It's not crazy, right? But at the end of the day, that's just odds, right? And so that's not magical. What could be magical, though, is if I just go ahead and say call stop somewhere, anybody can call stop somewhere, but let's say I stopped here. This would be a fair, anybody could stop here, okay? And I don't know how you knew, but we can just go ahead and do some magic here, here, and here. Because where you cut to happens to be an ace of spades. Now, none of these piles were ace piles because that was like the 8 pile, the queen pile, right, and the 6 pile. But I don't know how you knew. Here's the magical part. Actually, we were able to get all the aces to show up in each respective pile. Is that weird or what? How was that? How was that trick? Full disclosure, I winged that. I saw the trick twice, and I was like, "Oh, that seems cool." I remembered how to do it, so I was just kind of like winging that. So it went. But Chan says, "Awesome, thanks, Chan." I'm pretty sure Chan, you know how that's done, because as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, I know how to do it." And so Chan knows everything that's involved. So. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. And let's see. Thanks for making all the selections. Felden Kane and Sapphire Stern. Thank you kindly for the claps. Sapphire Stern, Felden Kane, Chan the Magic Man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Yeah, so actually we did a bunch of off-menu tricks today. That was pretty cool. So let's see here. I know I did start a little bit late, but I was trying to think about getting on a regular sleep schedule for this week because I wanted to be refreshed for my interview, and I do want to rehearse basically for my interview. So it's going to be a technical. I take a like a. I think it's I take a coding test. So we will see. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully well. But yeah, as the magician in me knows, like, you know, practice. Practice is the thing that will make everything look good later. So, um, all right. Let's see if anybody would like to request any tricks. Feel free. The queue is empty, so now's a good time if anybody wants to. Other than that, I'm thinking about ending maybe in I don't know, 15 minutes or so. So, Oh, okay. All right. We did get three travelers earlier, but you know what? Let me do a variation of three travelers, and then that way I'll do a variation of that one. So let's see here. Okay. Let me start with this. So normally I would use the ace 2 and the 3, but because this trick was requested by Chan the Magic Man, let's go ahead and use the queen of clubs, which is signed by Chan the Magic Man. If you want to see it, Chan the Magic Man. And then we have the 2, 3. And so the ace 2 and the 3, but I'm actually going to go in reverse so that we have Chan be the ending. So, oh, actually, wait. I have to figure out how to do a thing where we are doing a reverse. Hold on. I think, let me see here. Do we go ace 2, 3? No. I'm going to go, yeah, I'm going to go 3, ace 2, 3. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I'm just confusing myself. All right. First things first, I'm going to go ahead and place Chan the Magic Man signed queen right here. And then we're going to go ahead and place the 2 over here. And then we're going to place the 3 over here. So let's take the 3, and I'm going to place the 3 here at the bottom. And if I go ahead and I press this elevator button and turn clockwise, that will make the 3 go from the bottom up to the top, because look. Now if I take the 2 and I place it on the top, press the elevator button, I'm going to turn it counterclockwise now and have it go from the top all the way down to the bottom. Take a look. Now this is indeed Chan the Magic Man here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place it kind of like here in the middle of the deck. We're not going to push it in yet, because the thing about this version of the trick is that there's going to be a visual thing once I push it into the deck. But I have the 2 and the 3, and what we will do is I'm going to leave the 2 and the 3 here on the top. However, I just want you to watch carefully, because as I press this card into the middle of the deck, it's actually going to appear in between the 2 and the 3. And what card is that, you say? Well, if you guessed Chan the Magic Man, that is correct. And that, my friends, is a variation of 3 travelers. And there we go. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Alright. That's right, Queen of Clubs. Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man, Queen of Clubs. Boom. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden, Kane, E-Room, and thanks for that request, Chan. I think it was a random one, but still a good one. So I think that's called, Chan, if you're interested in that one's called Elevon. So that variation is called Elevon by, I think it's Aldo Colombini. Okay, next up we have the inverted card trick, as requested by Charlie's Beats. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and... Oh yeah, that's right. You know what? Instead of having a random card selected because Charlie requested it, let's go ahead and use the Ace of Spades signed by Charlie's Beats. So here's the thing. Normally when somebody requests a trick, I really like to use the card that they requested if possible. And so that's what I want to do. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and place Charlie's Beats signed Ace of Spades back into the middle of the deck, like this, and we'll push that in. Okay. But let's go ahead and I don't know if you could tell, but I literally just made the entire deck spin around Charlie's card. Because now, if I... Did I mess this up? I may have messed this up. You know what? I have to start this one over. Which, if I was embarrassed, this could be embarrassing, because also I have a tutorial for this trick on my YouTube channel. But, yeah, I did just make a one minor thing. I didn't reveal anything. I caught it early enough. It was okay. Okay, alright. So... Okay. Alrighty. We are going to start over. So I think this is called a mulligan. Alright. That's okay. You know what? You get more magic. By more, I mean, I guess I just simply displaced the magic. I just pushed it forward a little bit. So I guess you're not getting any more magic. Alright. Where were we? We're going to use the Ace of Spades by Charlie's Beats. And then we can tell the whole story about, hey, look, we're going to go ahead and use the card of the person who requested it, because, you know, that's how we operate here, if possible, unless I'm using like blank cards or something. And so, but I'm going to go ahead and make sure that Charlie gets his card put back into the middle of the deck like this. And we can push that in, and you can even make sure that's going to go in. See? There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and make the entire deck turn around Charlie's card like this. I don't know if you can tell, but now, if I spread through, you will be able to see there is a single card turned in the opposite direction. And now, we know that that's a signed card if it is indeed the Ace of Spades. So I mean, I guess I've been in possession of this card for a long time, but I wouldn't do that to you. I could do this and have you sign it right away. And it would be... But here we go. So this card is indeed Charlie's Beats, Ace of Spades. Now, you may know how this trick works, because this was one of the tricks that I did on like the elementary school playground, but this was well before I got into Magic. So I only knew how to do this one trick, and that's it. And not to spoil the trick or anything, but okay, so maybe you thought that I put a face up card into a face down deck, or actually you put the face down card in a face up deck, right? But here, let me go ahead and dispel that for you right now, because look, I'm going to go ahead and take it, and I'm going to place the face down Ace of Spades into a face down deck like this. Now, some people think that I might be hiding the card at the top, which I'm not. And some people think I might be hiding the card at the bottom, which I'm not. So, but actually, let me go ahead and show you. If we just scroll through very quickly, you might be able to see it, but I'm trying not to like spoil the surprise or anything. So those are all like facing the same direction, right? But look, if I spread now, every card is facing the same direction except for one. And this one card is indeed our Ace of Spades. And that, I will say, is a successful performance of inverted card trick. Thank you for that request, Charlie's Beats. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Oh, I see we're taking a quick ad break. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, Sapphire Stern. Okay. Next up we have Iced Flame X requesting Color Monty. Let's go ahead and see if I can do that. I mean, I should be able to do it. I was actually wondering if I could do something mysterious. Let's see. Oh no, it'd be tough, I think. Okay. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Color Monty. Alright. Yeah, let me do this. Okay. Alright. So, for Iced Flame X, we will do a trick called Color Monty. Okay. So we have 3 cards. This is a version of 3-card Monty. It's not the one that is like you are flipping the cards on the table like that. This is done in the hands, and I want you to try and follow the money card. So first things first, this is a blue diamond. And then we have a second blue diamond. As you can imagine, those are not the money card. The money card is the red diamond. And so here's what we're going to do. If I take the red diamond and place it on the bottom, where would you say the red diamond is? I think a lot of people would say it's on the bottom. But no, look. If I show you the bottom card, it is a blue diamond. And now some people are like, wait, didn't you take the red diamond and place it on the bottom? And yeah, but they might be thinking, oh, look, it's on the top still because you never moved it there. And I would say, no, it's actually a blue diamond on the top as well. And if we were betting money on this, you know, you would have just lost some money. So they're like, no, you must, okay, you know what? The red diamond's got to be in the middle because you showed me the bottom and the top card. And I would say, no, that's not correct because look, there's a blue diamond in the middle. Now they're like, wait, you must be cheating. Give me my money back. And I'd be like, no, I'm not cheating. You could win because if I show you, the money card is here on the bottom. There's the red diamond. Now some people are like, wait. If the red diamond's on the bottom, that must mean that there is a blue diamond on the top. And to that I would say, no. See, look, here's the red diamond is on the top. And some people are like, wait, no. So that means there must be a blue diamond in the middle. And to that I would say, no. Pony up some more bucks because the middle card is a red diamond. And now they're probably pissed off. And they're like, no, you've got to be cheating. There's no way. You must have like 6 cards or something in your hand. And I'm like, no. I have exactly 1, 2, 3 cards. And now they're about ready to leave, and this is where they clinch you, right? This is where at the end they say, wait. Tell you what, double or nothing. If you get this correct, this next question correct, double or nothing. And if you win, you basically owe me nothing. But if you lose, you owe me double. So, but here, let me give you a hint before. This card is a blue diamond. This card is a red diamond. What is on this card? And if anybody wants to play along, you can guess. Some of my favorite answers to this are like, a purple diamond, half red, half blue. I think somebody once said, what'd they say? There's nothing on the card. I was like, all right, you know where this is going. So if anybody hasn't figured it out yet, It's not a red diamond, not a blue diamond. Felden Kane says sleight of hand. Dude, that'd be a very wonderful finale to this. Uh, However, let me just go ahead and hold on. Let me pull out what a sleight of hand. What would it look like if I was to make this show up as a sleight of hand? Please hold while I get a sleight of hand ready. What Felden Kane is referencing is a sleight of hand magic card. And so here's what the sleight of hand. Oh yeah, sorry. Let me just do it here because it's probably. So here's what the sleight of hand magic card would look like, right? And so that's what it would look like. So now my question is there a way that we can make this look like that card, right? And so I think what we could do is if I was to, let's see here. No, you know what? Here, let me just show you what is on this card. So this card, it's not a sleight of hand. I just placed this here. Actually, what's on this card is the money that you would owe me because you got all those questions wrong. However, what this actually comes down to is normally I would like to use Ice Flame X's sign card, and because of these diamonds, I could not use Ice Flame X's sign card. So you know what I should have done? I should have actually turned these cards into. Let me see. Can I somehow magic morph these into? Let me see here. Ready? I should morph it into Ice Flame X's sign card. And that, my friends, is Color Monty with a surprise ending at the end. Ice Flame X says, "What?" I know, right? Yeah, it's super weird because these cards have a red back, and then of course the Ice Flame X card, uh, we had to make it look like. But anyway, yeah, sleight of hand. You know what? I think that's a very good answer for basically anything, right? So, thank you kindly for the claps, Felden Kane, Jan the Magic Man, E Room, and thank you for the what says Iced Flame X. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Yeah, we got you in there, Iced Flame X. We got you in there. Thank you for the request. Thank you for the claps, E Room. All right, cool. So let's see. With that, I Felden Kane. I have to thank you for the segue into sleight of hand because I'm like, oh, how will this work? Oh, that'll work. Like, uh, Beth kind of sort of says, job solution: start running tables on the streets. I mean, would be illegal if I didn't get a permit and say what I was doing, but I guess if they gave me the permit to do it, then well, that would be allowed, right? Like, Ice Flame X says, is it easier or harder to do tricks on camera versus IRL? So, Ice Flame X, the best way to answer that is yes and no. Felden Kane says, my pleasure. Excellent. So, I'll say that when I have a camera, especially as my setup, it's basically the same fixed camera angle every time. So, all of the magic that I do is basically for this very specific camera angle here. And I'm like, basically from day to day, week to week, I don't have to worry about this changing. And so when I do my tricks, I can just safely assume, okay, this is a fixed camera angle. I don't have to worry. So in that respect, it is easier in that I don't have to worry about wandering eyes or different angles. So if I'm doing magic in real life, which I have done before, the one thing that I take into account to practice with is you know, if I'm doing a secret move, for example, so let's pretend I'm doing a move, and let me show you this move here. So I'm going to go ahead and steal this card into the bottom of my hand here, right? And oftentimes, if I'm doing this move like at this angle, it's okay. But if I do this move at like this angle, right, you'll see it, right? You basically see that I'm holding it. And so in that respect, this particular setup is good for managing the angles. So when I'm doing like a, you know, 180 or 270 degree group of people, and that doesn't have to be that many people, like 4 or 5 people, will, because they tend to like spread out. They're not going to clump directly in front of me, right? So they're going to spread out like 4 or 5 people. That basically covers all of this. So I have to be good enough to cover all of that. So whether I do something in addition to be like, oh, hey, look, I'm going to cover my other hand with this or something like that, or I just like keep it close to my chest. The good thing about doing this as a live stream is that it's almost similar to doing it in real life in that it's easier for me to distract you. I'm getting way fewer cues in the live stream because at least in real life I can look at people's faces, their eyes, their reactions, see what kinds of distractions are going to like help assist me basically. But I can't do that with the live stream. Um, but the one thing that I think is much harder is if anybody decides to watch the VOD or watch a recording of me doing magic here, it is way more difficult because it has to be what we call burnable. So if you watch a trick, if you slow it down, if you zoom in really close, oftentimes you might be able to see something if it is not burnable. If something is burnable, that means you can watch it, slow it down, zoom in, and still basically see nothing. And so when I make my tricks for my YouTube channel, those tricks have to be burnable because I don't want somebody to then be able to watch it and be like, oh, you've exposed the trick. It's like, ugh. And sometimes I do leave things that are kind of tiny in there, but either to the untrained eye or you've got to really be looking for it. Then, but if it's something overt, I'm not like gonna leave it up. I'm not gonna post it. I'm just gonna re-record the trick because that counts as extra practice for me. Like I just get better at doing the trick because I'm like, oh, that take was terrible. I'm just gonna do the trick again. So, but in that respect, it's harder for camera because cameras don't lie. Cameras are always on. Cameras are recording 100% of the time, and you know. So some of you may have seen some of my other videos on YouTube. I can do some video editing, but for any of my magic tricks, I do not do any video editing. If I do, it's outside like the intro or the ending. It's not going to be during the performance of the trick because I'm like I believe so much in the integrity and the art of the trick that I should be able to do it without having to do any video editing. Plus, it's kind of like a hassle. Like if I have a 3-minute trick, but I'm spending like an hour to edit it, that's kind of stupid. I can just spend another 20 minutes recording the 3-minute trick like 7 more times, and I will have a better take and very acceptable. So, so yeah, oftentimes my magic tricks are not edited just because it saves me time on that. But um, I have been doing edits for my tutorials because I'm like, all right, I don't want to waste people's time. Like I'll kill dead air, and it's like this is useless and stuff like that. But like if at that point I'm doing a tutorial and revealing the trick, like it doesn't matter, right? If it's clean or not, it's like I'm literally telling you how to do it. So, all right. That being said, if anybody is curious, great celebratory thing. I've hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. I probably should have mentioned that earlier. That was kind of a big milestone this week. So I was literally sitting there at 1999 for like 3 days, and then I'm like, I just posted on Facebook, "Hey, anybody want to do the honor of subscribing to me, being my 2,000 subscriber on YouTube?" And like I just checked back a couple hours later, and I was at like 2004, and I'm like, yes, all right. So give us a let's. Thanks for the hype. Felden Kane says, "Yay, congrats!" So thank you guys. Um, so yeah, I'm proud of getting to 2,000. I have to do a 2,000 celebratory trick for my YouTube channel, but yeah, that's what's in the plan. But I still have like right now I have like 3 videos posting a week. So and I have everything scheduled out. I have two videos scheduled out each week through December. And so even if I get like one or even half of a video done each week between now and then it's like I'll have about 3 videos or more per week. So we're doing good there. And then so even if I end up getting a job, start working, I will have a nice cushion of like scheduled YouTube videos. Somebody's like, why don't you just post them all at once? Well, the bad thing about posting them all at once is that there's a YouTube algorithm, and so if I put them all at once, then the algorithm gets overwhelmed, and it's like, all right, it'll just maybe feed up, serve up one or two. If I just spread them out, then every day there's like a separate, algorithm serve up. Then it's like, there's a chance for my new video to go up, or something like that. And also I wouldn't be competing with my own videos, so I'd be like, oh, okay, this one's going up today. That's the only new one today, right? So anyway, yeah, life is complicated as a creator. Okay, all right. So that's that. Let's do a last call. I'm going to. I know that. Whoops. Wow, that's pretty bad. I mean, I guess you guys could see how that happened. Finger was off by one. I'll do the outro, and then I will still do a finale trick. And then if we don't have anything, actually, if we don't have anything by the end of the outro, I will still do the finale trick, and then we'll rate out. That's the plan. Actually, let me double check. When was the last time I did this trick? I'm feeling like this trick tonight, but I feel like maybe I've done it recently. Oh no, it's been 3 weeks. All right, we'll do that one. Okay. So last call. If anybody wants to see any more magic, feel free to request. We'll get to those after the outro, and then I will do the finale. Okay. So, whoops. All right. Oh, looks like we got one. Let me move that. I'm going to do that before this one. Oh, and then ad break. All right, so this is a good time to set up for a trick. And then we will go from there. Let's see here. Do 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 do. I don't know why I'm humming random music. Oh, so I had the weirdest moment today. I literally requested so I have YouTube Music and I have a Nest speaker, and I asked, "Hey Google, can you play Jazz Cafe?" And I've done it, you know, dozens and dozens of times before, and it would just play jazz. And today, instead, it plays K-pop. Not that I'm normally arguing with it because I like K-pop, but it's not what I requested. So my wife was there and she was like, "Hey Google, play Jazz Cafe." Guess what it starts to play? It starts to play video game music. Specifically, it starts to play Dreamer from Streets of Rage 2. I recognize it immediately. Now, I thought that I had it tuned to my voice, and it should have known who I was. But certainly, that should not come up as Jazz Cafe. And so, I don't know why. It's so weird. I don't understand. So I don't normally feel compelled to report anything via the Nest, but this time I was like, I reported it twice. I reported it after the first time where I was like, give me Jazz Cafe, and it gave me K-pop, and then that's when my wife did it. And I was like, and then I reported it a second time. It's like it started playing video game music. I'm just like, come on. I feel like whatever happened, there was a regression or whatever. So okay, all right. Let me do. play it straight first, and then we'll go to the outro. Okay, so Charlie's Beats, thanks for the request, and here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this, do this. Okay, we're gonna need a card selected, so let me just go to like a random place in here. Let's go ahead and do, yeah, why don't we have one of these selected? Here, so go ahead and click one of those randomly. If Charlie's there, Charlie, you can select. If Charlie doesn't select, anybody can click. And we just need a selection. All right, this one's on the line, so I'm gonna give this one to this one. So unless anybody has any objections. Okay. All right, we'll go with that one. So there is the selection. Okay. Now, what we are going to do here is I'm going to cut the deck into about 4 equal parts. They don't have to be perfect. So let's say here. Let's say about here, here, and here. Okay. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and turn over these 2 piles face up, and we are going to shuffle face up into face down like so. And I'm really going to push them in like this. If you have OCD, please look away. Yeah, there you go. And then we're going to go ahead and flip and shuffle, and then flip and shuffle. Okay, and there we go. All right, guys. Now we're going to try and find your... Oh. Oh. So your card is here. Well, I guess finding it's not going to be that impressive. All right, you know what? When I mess up a trick, we're going to pull out the real magical talent of the stream, the deck sock, guys. Deck sock, welcome back. Hopefully you're doing well. Thanks for supporting me behind the scenes. All right, deck sock, can you find a way to salvage the trick for me and the audience? Because that would be cool. All right, deck sock. The deck sock is, I want to say whisperer, but that's probably not accurate because the deck sock and I, we have a psychic link, a telepathic link, if you will. So the deck sock is sending me messages, and it's okay. The deck sock is telling me to tell you that. Would it not be cool if you guys can guess what that card is? All right. So now the deck sock is telling me to spread the deck. Okay. So here we go. We're going to spread the deck right here. Oh, there's not as many cards as I thought that would be face up here. But let's see. So here we've got an ace, 2. Oh, and they're all spades. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't see an 8. 9, 10, Jack, Queen, and King. All right, guys. Any guesses as to what this card is? If we take a look, looks like there's no other spades down here. So I think you might be able to guess that this is indeed the 8 of spades. And that, my friends, is Play It Straight Triumph. Thank you kindly for that request. Charlie's Beats. Thank you kindly for the claps. Felden Kane, E-Room. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you kindly for the claps. Gibson Lens. Alright. Okay. Alright, now is a good time. Let's go ahead and close out the trick list. Now we can do our outro. Alright, everybody. Thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for everybody who interacted with the stream, because if it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. So whether you chatted in chat, requested a trick, clicked on the heat map, chose a card, chose numbers, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be as much fun for me. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm practicing magic at home, there isn't any magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Thank you to everybody who helped support me. This has come at a time where, if you didn't know, I'm still currently unemployed. So every little bit I appreciate so much. So thank you so much for the resubs today. Chan the Magic Man, Ice Flame X. Thank you for the first time sub, Felden Kane. Appreciate it. And thank you for the gigantic emote, Charlie, because that severely helped in drawing this. I know that's not the best ever, but coming from a non-artist, I think this is very passable. I will take this. Let's see. Thanks for the stream. Now, good luck at your interview. Thank you kindly. Yep. And then, where was I? Oh yeah. If anybody believed that any of this was black magic, sorcery, or deals with the devil, I mean, I gave away some secrets on stream today, and so if you are not clear that it is sleight of hand, then I mean I don't know what. But sleight of hand, best cover story ever, even if you still believe it's real magic. um, Thank you to guys. You're not already following and mod loving our friends and mods. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. So give him a follow. You can catch him on Magic Mondays, where he'll do magic on Monday. That makes sense, right? Magic Monday. If you catch him other times, he might be playing community games, retro games, Grand Theft Auto. I also saw Chan did some cooking streams, so definitely catch Chan. And also, guys, if you're not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens, aka Bert, pianist, composer, has released his album like half a year ago now. We say, I was saying months for a while, but really it's been like half a year. And also, Gibson Lens has become I don't know if we want to say reluctant movie critic. Inadvertent, I think was the word that we used. Inadvertent movie critic. So I actually did make Gibson Lens watch a movie this week. So, I mean, make is maybe too harsh a word, but so definitely catch Gibson Lens around as well. All right, let's see, guys. If you're not, oh, thank you for the raid calls. I don't know if we're quite ready for that yet. I still have to do the finale trick, and then we will do that. Guys, you're not following. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please give me a follow or subscribe on YouTube. Definitely check me out if you haven't already. I have over 300 magic tricks there. I've started putting the secrets of magic up behind like the channel members paywall on YouTube. Most of the VODs that fall off of retention here end up going to this other YouTube channel, which is this one over here. I sometimes do random streams of stuff. Like last week, I played like some video games and did a magic stream on Tuesday. So feel free to join the Discord and you can chat directly with me if you have magic questions. I'm interested in meeting new magicians or people who want to become magicians who weren't magicians before. But I'll post basically all of whenever I go live on Twitch in there. So, all right. So then next, finally, we will do the finale trick. If I get it right, then we will raid out. If if I mess up the finale trick, I hate messing up on I hate ending stream on a trick that I mess up on. So if I mess up this trick, we're gonna do another finale trick. So that's the deal. All right, cool. So with that, let's do the finale. This is one of my favorite tricks to perform, and it's like I oftentimes use this as a closer. I have like 4 tricks that I rotate between as like my favorite closers. This is one of them. All right, so first things first, we have a packet of cards. I do have a 6 of diamonds right here. I have a queen of clubs right here. Now, if I was to go through this packet, you'll see that they look normal from the backs. It's not until I flip it over is that you will see something strange, because now you'll see that these cards have backs on both sides, except for this one. This is one of those cards where they printed the back, but they didn't put the face on it, because they know that the back is going to look the same. They don't know what this is going to look like yet until the other cards. But anyway, so if I show you here, we've got the other 3 cards. However, these 3 cards have a strange property. And that property is, well, here, let me just, it's probably easier to show you. If I hold it over one of these cards, so let's say the 6 of diamonds, for example, if I reflect it just like this, something strange happens. Something strange happens to these cards, because look, they all become 6 of diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 of diamonds. I know, that's super strange. But now if I take this packet and I reflect it over, say, the queen of clubs, like this. Now, I don't know if you know, some people who perform this trick will say, oh, look, the queen of clubs jumps up to the top. But no, that's not actually the case. You guys know what's going on. All of the cards in the packet have turned into the queen of clubs, because look, there's now 1, 2, 3, 4 queens of clubs in the packet. Now, up until this moment, you'll still see that they're all queens of clubs, right? However, if I take this random card that is blank, and it's not until the blank side hits. So now if I turn it over, now all of the cards will actually be blank, because look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 blank cards. And not only that, some people are like, hey, I want to see the backs of those. And I would like, okay, here are 1, 2, 3, 4 backs. And that, my friends, is what I would call a successful finale. That is Dazed. All right. I remember messing this one up once on stream, and I was like, no, I do it so much. It's one of my favorite tricks. Why would I mess it up? And I felt bad for like that 1 week, and then every other time it's been fine. Like, thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Felden Kane, Gibson Lens, E-Room, and thank you for clearing that, Chan. And Chan, thank you for the amazing. Gibson Lens says, Sarah Mahoney is doing a rare Sunday stream, or else the compliments are streaming again. Ooh, thank you for the suggestions. Let's go ahead and quickly look at who is available and if there's anybody else. But otherwise, yeah. I think I have not rated either one in a long time. That was my own voice, so I didn't. Let's see. Also, let me pull up my stream spreadsheet, because if it's not surprising to anybody, I have a stream spreadsheet. So let me see here. Let's see. The last time we raided out to Sarah Mahoney was in 2024. So yeah, that would be a good one. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. And I did get a chance to meet Sarah Mahoney at TwitchCon in 2023, which was the one in Vegas. And so, yeah, all right. You know what? Let's go ahead and raid out to Sarah Mahoney Music. We're taking a quick ad break. Of course. Of course. All right. Yes, now is the time for raids. Thank you, Chan, for getting the raid calls there. Okay. So let me first start with copying. Oh wait, actually, no. Let me first get in there, and then if there's any sort of ads, I can get through the ads there. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, so if you would like to come along with us on the raid, there's the sub raid call and a regular raid call, and then we are going to be raiding Sarah Mahoney Music, pianist, west coast of U.S., and I did get a chance to meet her, as I mentioned, in TwitchCon Las Vegas in 2023. I haven't been to a TwitchCon since. I'm sorry because stuff came up, travel things, money things, all that. So. But yeah, let me let me start the raid. Get it started. And all right, cool. There we go. So let's grab. Let me copy my own raid call. Let's do that. All right. Thank you guys for coming to hang out with me tonight. Hopefully everybody had fun. I had fun. And remember to hydrate, guys. We haven't taken a hydrate break for a little bit. Please remember to hydrate. Also, remember to stretch because that will help you out. As I get older, uh, I realize the need to stretch. And then also remember to get good sleep because, as we all know, it is very difficult to get good sleep. Pillbilly, welcome in. Hello. Just popping in to say hello. Well, welcome. I appreciate just popping in, Billy and Pillbilly. Yeah, we had a good stream today, I felt, and thank you so much for everybody in the stream today. So. And sorry you didn't see anything, Billy, but my VOD will be up, and I will put this on my VOD's channel, and you can always look at my YouTube for fun anyway. So there you go. But good to see you, Billy. Hopefully you're doing well. All right, guys. Good seeing you. See ya. Thanks for the nice stream. You're welcome, Sapphire Stern. Thank you. All right, bye.